Okay. Boom. You feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's Alondra Marie here on another episode of Out of the Trance with Katarina again.
Hello.
But today we're not going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about infidelity. Because guess what? Everybody's been through something, whether it's been cheated on or cheated. Sips tea. Sips water. Hold on, give me my coffee. And I just want to go over some things. I think that being on social media, I've noticed that a lot of people have very contrasting opinions on infidelity, polyamorous relationships, monogamy. We've talked about monogamy and polyamory when we first were roommates before.
Yeah.
And that was before you were even in a relationship, or maybe you were already in a relationship when we did talk about it. She's not in one right now, y'all, but she's taken by me. No, I'm just kidding.
But not kidding.
But yeah. So we were talking about that shit back when we were living together. So, and I think we had similar opinions on it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna dive right into it. I can't even talk. We're gonna dive right into it. And just let us know your thoughts. I might say some shit that might rub people the wrong way.
Same.
So this is gonna be, I have to give disclaimers because this episode is gonna be raw, uncut. You feel me?
With very strong opinions.
Yes, very strong opinions. So I was on TikTok, and there's this ongoing argument about how divorce rates are going up, that infidelity is more prevalent nowadays. Mm-hmm. Before I say what my thoughts are on that, what are your thoughts on infidelity now, divorce rates now versus back when you were younger, mm-hmm. and your parents were our age or something like that? What are your thoughts on that?
So obviously the divorce rate has gone up quite a bit, but my biggest question with that is has it gone up because people aren't actually afraid to get a divorce now? Women aren't, right? We're already starting off strong with this.
Tea. Coffee.
Because women they're not afraid to be alone. They're not afraid to get out of a bad situation. I feel kind of back in the day, it was more okay, you get married and you're just gonna, if you're unhappy, you're just gonna stay with that.
Okay.
You don't have a choice.
Exactly.
But now women are starting to evolve, and men are starting to evolve to where they're you know what? Divorce is there for a reason. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. But I'm not going to live this life of unhappiness. Life is way too precious, and your time is way too precious mm-hmm. to be stuck in a shitty situation.
Yep.
I'm a child of divorce.
Okay.
Yeah. So my opinion might differ a little bit on it. But my parents getting divorced was one of the best decisions they ever made. They get along way better now.
Sorry for laughing, parents. I know that it was probably a rough experience.
Hey, it was rough. But in the end, in the long run, it definitely was a good thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're way better friends now, and they get along way better than they ever did back then in my childhood.
That's so crazy. And
with infidelity.
Listen.
I
think, because back in the day, the marriage is, and again, we're going to stir the pot, because I know that there's a lot of people who are very religious. I grew up with a religious background. I don't
mm-hmm.
know about you.
Mm-hmm.
And you get married and you never get divorced.
Right.
And so marriage is a big deal in Christianity and stuff like that, and other religions. But back then, marriage was pretty much created as a transactional thing.
Absolutely. It was just a business thing.
It's a business thing. And because of that, until recently, women had to have a spouse to get mm-hmm. a house, had to have a spouse to have a bank account. Mm-hmm. You literally, as a woman, could not obtain those things anymore, or at all at the time, without getting married to somebody.
And even with that, not even just a business thing of being able to get all those things, but also people would look at you, and if you're a 25-year-old woman and you're not married and you're not popping out kids, they're
it's what are you doing with your life?
Right. You're not living life. You're not fitting into this little box, and you're not in the American dream.
Exactly.
So therefore, you're not on the right track with your life.
But times have changed.
Thank God.
Times have changed, and I firmly believe that that's why it appears as though divorce rates are, not appears, that's why divorce rates are significantly higher nowadays, because now people have the option to obtain those things without marriage. Like, you can have a bank account, have a house without being married to somebody.
You can do it on your own.
And you can do it on your own if you have the money. You don't have to have a spouse. I've been married in the past, and I've been divorced too. And I can tell y'all that obviously, like, when I got married, it was at the time, and in my heart, it was for the right reasons. But I was in the military, and a lot of people in the military feel compelled to get married so that they can move with their spouses, or that the benefits can flow in. And that's always an underlying reason for for marriage. But when you have business-based reasons why you want to tie the knot, in addition to obviously being in love or whatever, like, that makes you, in my opinion, more prone to getting divorced in the long run, because it's not true.
It's not for the right reasons.
It's not for the right reasons.
You're doing it just because where your life is right now.
Exactly.
You're not thinking like, oh, well, am I actually going to want to be married to this person in the next 10 years?
Right.
Like,
that's crazy, bro.
But shout out to me, because I made it in the military without getting married.
I'm so proud of you.
Pregnant.
I'm so proud of you. Honestly, that is an accomplishment. No offense to anybody that got married and had kids in the military, but it's just such a common thing that you see, that when you don't see it, you're like, oh, wow.
I avoided that shit like the plague.
I'm proud of myself for getting divorced, because growing up being told, like, you have to stay married. You can't. No, man.
Says who?
Says a Bible. Okay, no disrespect, but I'm not about to be unhappy and miserable just because a book tells me to. Right. But anyways, so now we gotta talk about the infidelity, because listen, me and her have had our fair share of some fuck shit that people have done. Man, like, today's episode, there's a lot of cursing in this episode. I'm sorry.
It's passion.
Yes, it really is. So let's just dive right in. Have you been cheated on? And if so, how many times? And if so, because we know the answer to this. Yeah, the answer is yeah. When was the first time you got cheated on? And, like, how did you react to it versus, like, now? Like, the recent times.
Have I been cheated on? Yes. The better, easier question is, when have I not been cheated on?
Oh.
Because the list is way less.
Yeah. Oh my God. Damn. So when was the first time you got cheated on? Like,
so the first time I was cheated on, it was the first relationship I'd ever been in. I was 19, 20. I was still a baby. Didn't know shit about shit. This was pre-military. This was pre-everything. So I was with this man for about a year. And it turns out that, well, actually, let me give you a backstory. So after we broke up...
I'm, like, nervous.
After we broke up, old boy actually ended up getting engaged less than a month after him and I broke up.
Okay, yeah.
So if you put two and two together...
Clearly he had been...
Exactly. So the girl that he ended up proposing to, he had been messing with on the low. And I met this girl too.
Oh! Like, before you found out?
Yeah, because he worked at a gym, and she just happened to train at said gym. So, like, when I would go work out and he was working, she was there. And
yeah, we are airing people out today. We're not dropping no names.
I'm not dropping no names, but you know who you are.
But you know who you are.
You know.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, okay, so how'd you react? Like, were you like, F you that?
So, like, towards the end of the relationship, like, when we had broken up, so I broke up with him and I left, there was a lot of other reasons as to why we broke up. So that was kind of like icing on the cake. I found out after the fact, like, after I had already been, like, away from him and, like, healing from the whole situation just because he was not a good person. So it already fell apart because of other reasons, and then that was kind of like, all right, that was some fuck shit. So that was the first time. Okay. Of many. No, I think, honestly, every serious relationship I've ever been in, I got cheated on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The very first serious relationship I was in, actually, the first female I was with cheated on me. I'm not diving into these stories because baby, I'll be getting hype. And then my first serious relationship with the girl I got cheated on, like serious, which was my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Have you ever cheated?
No. Fuck no.
Wow.
No. However, disclaimer, I'm big on revenge.
Oh.
So I'm going to get my licks back, but it's going to be after, and it's not going to be when I'm committed to someone.
Gotcha.
Which is fine. But during a relationship, no. Nope. I just won't.
I'm like, the silence is loud. I'm over here like,
I don't know. I don't have it in me. Like,
that's
if I'm unhappy with you and I want to go be with someone else, like, yes. I'll break up with you first. Okay. And then I go get with someone else.
Okay, because I have cheated.
Yeah.
And I'm not condoning those actions. But when things are good, everything is good. I have never been the type to just cheat just because. Which the times I've been cheated on, they just cheat because felt like it. Like,
just because they want to see if they can get away with it.
Right. But the times that I have cheated, again, I'm not justifying it. But it was already after they've had cheated on me, or you know what I mean.
You were getting your licks back.
Yeah. So like, you know, and then it's difficult when you're super tied down to a person, like i.e. a marriage, and you can't just get divorced. So technically I cheated, but it wasn't. We weren't really together anymore. We were already living in different homes. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where I don't think I've never cheated on somebody like things were going smooth.
Like things are really good.
Right.
You're in like this bliss.
Right.
Things are fantastic.
Never. Like I go into tunnel vision.
Absolutely.
I'm not thinking or looking at nobody else. Like if things are good, like I'm all about you, baby.
Right. I'm with you. We're locked in.
So what do you consider cheating though? Because I've heard some wild shit. Like people will say if my partner's watching porn, they're cheating on me.
No. Which, okay, this is subjective. This is very subjective. These are our opinions. This is my opinion. It doesn't mean that that's how you feel, and this is not black and white. Like, this shit is not. Okay, so I feel like the easiest way to kind of determine if it's cheating or not, if you're giving the energy that you give to your partner to someone else, that's cheating. Whether you're acting on it, whether it's how you talk to them, whether it's giving them that attention that you give to your partner, it's messages, it's DMs, it's whatever. That's cheating to me.
Okay.
Like if you're...
That's very vague, though.
Okay, so say I'm with someone, and they're DMing this girl, which this is obviously a
with bad intentions,
right? And this is a true story with me. If you're telling this girl how beautiful she is, if you're flirting, in my personal opinion.
So if you reciprocate the energy, if they reciprocate the energy towards
another person,
yes. Gotcha.
Because if you're in a committed relationship, you're committed to that one person. You should not be giving what you give to your partner to someone else. Okay. Then you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Okay, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so what about the porn one? Do you think if your partner watches porn, is that cheating?
No.
Oof, thank God. I was about to be like, get out. I was kidding.
No, because I've been there.
Right. I just think there's no...
You're not going out and fucking that girl.
Right.
You're just watching it.
Yeah. Do you think, what is the worst type of cheating for you? Physical or emotional? Oh. Because my reactions to being cheated on has been all over the place. But the strongest one has been to the emotional aspect.
Yeah.
It's never been the physical. I'm not saying I'm okay with them cheating on me and sleeping or kissing somebody else, but like for me, once I would find out that they were like in love with the other person, imagining the future with the other person, oh my God.
Absolutely. It's hard because like you said, like they're both bad. One is not considered cheating because it's less worse, but I'll definitely agree with the emotional thing because it's deeper. Like sex can just be sex. It's a physical thing. We're primal by nature, so therefore it can literally just be wanting to fuck someone else.
Yep.
However, when you are committed in a relationship and a dude is out fucking on some other girl, it starts becoming a health concern. Like I know in my relationships, like I don't use protection. So
Right.
if you're out fucking some other girl raw, and that girl's messy and dirty, and you bring that into us,
and he's already messy, or she is already messy and dirty for doing that shit in the first place.
And then you're gonna go catch the clap, and you're gonna come give it to me.
Let me go beat him up. I'll be right back.
I swear.
Oh my god.
So both are equally bad. Emotional is
absolutely.
fucking terrible because it's like
you can't compete with that.
Right.
So anyways, what I was saying is I think the emotional one is the most threatening one for me. Like I can't get over that. Emotional infidelity, like I don't think there's going back. Like the sex, I guess, the physical, it does hurt. It does hurt. But I can't go back to original.
Yeah.
If you fell in love with this person and you got talking about I want to be with you in the future,
then go be with them.
Then go be with them.
Go be with them.
Why are we still here trying to figure this out?
Don't be with me.
Right. Like
you and I weren't secure enough to where you found someone else and then gave them parts of you that were supposed to be for me.
Right.
So go be with them.
Exactly.
And I ain't mad at you. But you're not but you're not gonna get me anymore. Like
exactly.
Like
oh my god, bro. It's disappointing.
It is.
Have you ever gone through your partner's phone?
Yes. I've done it twice.
Me too.
And both times.
One time though.
Both times is I found exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go looking, you're gonna find.
You're gonna find what you want.
Exactly.
Absolutely, you are.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I've done it for one partner, but I did do it multiple times. I have to fix that because if she watches this, she's gonna be like, "Shut up." Honestly, I don't think that I would ever do that again.
No.
I don't know. That was a very low point in my life where I'm invading somebody's privacy, and I know that I wouldn't want that done to me. And I've come to the conclusion that the truth is always going to come out. I don't have to go looking for it. It's always going to... I mean, like, for you, I would say in recent times, the truths about certain people have been literally landing on your lap. Has it not? Without you even having to, like...
Without even me going looking for
it. So that's what I was trying to say.
It got sent to me.
It got sent to you. It's literally right there. So, yeah, like, if you're dating a partner or something like that, like...
Trust your intuition.
Yes.
Your intuition is going to tell you the truth. Absolutely.
Yes. And if you go looking in their phone, computer, you're going to find something. It's just... It's like inevitable. Yeah. But I will say, in the end, it is an invasion of privacy. And at the end of the day, like, they're their own person. And you're not going to be able to ever...
Yeah, I will not be doing that again.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Like you said. Like, if I have to go through your phone...
It's over with.
To find out the truth because I'm feeling some type of way, like, that already tells me everything that I need to know.
Exactly.
Everything that I need to know.
Exactly. And then the last topic that I kind of touched on it on my jealousy episode, which was kind of scattered all over the place. These episodes with her have been more organized. Because I planned the topics a little bit. But on my jealousy episode, I had talked about being monogamous and how monogamy kind of breeds jealousy. But that jealousy is a normal emotion. It's just about how we act on it and stuff like that. Are you a jealous person? Like, be real.
I wouldn't say jealous. I would say more territorial.
Territorial.
But I feel like jealousy is caused by your other person not acting right and not handling the situation. Because then those boundaries are pushed. And then it's like, okay, then I have to act out of character because you're not handling it.
True. I think jealousy stems from insecurities. Our own insecurities.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, obviously if the other person's feeding into it and making it worse, that's one thing. But I do think that we kind of need to come to our senses about our insecurities before we react on the jealousy. Because I think feeling jealous is normal.
Yes.
Like, if my dog is giving more attention to somebody else than me, I'm going to feel away. But that, you know what I mean? But why?
It's in your nature.
Right. It's just normal.
We're selfish.
Right. But I think, back to the monogamy and the polyamorous shit, like, when we say, yeah, we're going to be monogamous with this person, then we start thinking about him as like an object.
Right. It's property.
And now you're mine, and you can't talk to people, or people can't talk to you. And it becomes normalized. And then that's how we start. Bro, I've seen jealousy cause crazy shit. There's a TikTok influencer last year that killed his wife because they were going through a divorce. And They were living separate, and he had put like a listening device in his daughter's iPad, and he was listening in on a conversation that she was having with a man in the house, and he just came in and shot both of them because he was jealous. Like, that's how extreme jealousy can take you. You know what I mean?
It is never that serious.
Right. So
it is never that serious.
You just never know. But that had to have stemmed from his own internal insecurities that he did not handle or take care of.
First of all, you need to handle your insecurities and your whatever shit you got on before you even get into a relationship.
Exactly.
Not before you start even get jealous over someone else.
Right.
Before you even get with someone.
Right.
You need to love yourself before you can love anyone else.
So, going through phones and invading your partner's privacy, because that's how I'm gonna say it. You don't gotta agree with that, but for a reason, because shit was going on, right? And you were feeling some type of way. How did that affect you? How did you handle it when you did find out stuff? Like,
and what happened from there?
So
once I went through, like in my most recent relationship, once I went through, it kind of gave me a feeling of where we were at in our relationship. And that was kind of the downfall of all of it. That's what started the whole me finding out everything. Because not only did I just find out like what was going on in that moment, but then that
like beforehand,
that was the tip of the iceberg into me literally being sent evidence of this person doing this shit for the last year of our relationship. Ooh. And it was like,
that's such a long time.
It was emotional too, which that's the part that fucked me up the worst. Like, it got to the point where I was sent screenshots of this person sending like screenshots of songs, but it's songs that he was dedicating to me, or singing to me.
How original!
I was like,
how original!
That's crazy. That is so crazy. And then everything came out from there, and it's crazy because you really think that like, you know a person and you guys are solid and everything is just fantastic and you've planned a future, like, oh, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have babies, like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then it turns out that this person was saying those exact things
to somebody else. Yep. And like, the person is nothing like who they presented themselves to be in the beginning.
Absolutely.
Which is a scary part, because the particular person that she's talking about, I think just about anybody in our circle or like near them, even myself, like, would hype up this man, like, and when we come to find out in the end all that he was doing, you know, it kind of makes you think like people are not who they seem to be sometimes, and that's really scary. And like, the length of the infidelity time frame, like, why drag it out? Just break up with me. Just break up with me. Leave me alone. Like,
so you can go do your thing.
Right.
But don't keep me in the loop.
Exactly. That is so selfish.
Like, I don't even know what it is. It's like bragging rights.
Had to happen.
Right. This person's like, oh, I got this shorty.
I got this one.
Who's waiting at home for me.
And I'm going to go
out and see how many shorties I can have.
That's so disappointing.
So disappointing.
That is so disappointing, bro. Like,
but like I said, it wasn't meant for me, and that just gets me closer to what's actually meant for me. And I was saved, and it was a blessing in disguise.
Oh, 100%.
No matter how much it hurt and how angry I was over this situation.
I'm proud of you for saying that.
Thank you.
We out here dropping gems, baby.
You gotta heal. You gotta
heal. Honestly, and healing looks different for everybody. When people sit here and talk about, oh, you just broke up with this person, now you're talking to this person, and like, people heal at their own rate, at their own speed. Like, for me, I've had situationships since my divorce, and I have not been in a real relationship since then. You know what I mean? My ex has been with multiple people since then, and if that's at the speed that she's gonna heal and move on, then good for her. And then if that's my speed, then that's my speed. Whatever rate you heal on is your speed of healing. You know what I mean? Same for your ex. But some things, like, I'm glad those things came to light for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, even if it hurts, even if it sucks, it's just one of those things where I'd rather find out then than like still drag that shit out and be with this person that in the end just kept cheating.
Right. Imagine being married to that person and then 10 years down the line.
Because that happens.
Oh. And you have no idea the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it just comes to light, and then it's a tip of the iceberg, and just...
So where do you stand with like dating now after everything that's happened? Do you foresee yourself dating anytime soon? Like, seriously, dating, not just a situationship.
I think if I met a person that was like fit all the boxes and checked everything out and everything was great, I would absolutely give it a chance, because I took the time to heal from it. I took a lot of time to heal from it before I even considered talking to anybody else, because I owe that to myself, and I owe that to whoever comes next. Like, they don't need to be paying for my last relationship's mistakes.
Absolutely.
That's unfair to all parties involved. I would, like I said, yes, if
it's the right person.
Right, if it's the right person and I don't settle for anything due to what I just went through.
That's the most important thing, because I feel like people are quick to just bounce onto something just to fill a void, and they disregard the healing process.
Right, and I love being alone. Like, I don't feel the need to be with somebody all the time. I'm cool with it. Like, I love being single.
Same.
Like, shit's fantastic. You don't gotta worry about shit. You just do your own thing. Like, and obviously with my experience with relationships, it's better to be alone.
At this point, like, what?
Honestly.
Oh my God.
So, but I'm still a big lover girl at heart.
Me too.
I have so much love to give. I'm a great girlfriend. I love love.
Yeah.
Like, I posted on Instagram, I was like, I don't belong in the streets. Like, I like being in love.
Right.
So,
me too. Like,
so I still have hope for it. There's a lot of great people out there. And then with me moving, it's going to bring a lot of opportunities and meet a bunch of new people and that kind of thing. I still believe in marriage. Even though I'm the child of divorce, I've seen so many marriages around me crumble, especially being in the military. Like, you see some shit. But I'm old school. Like, I would love to be married. I'd love to be a wife. I want to have kids. I want to have all of this. But I'm going to make sure that it's with the right person, and not just because I'm lonely at the moment, and not just because I feel like I need to fill that void.
Yeah. That's important. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. Honestly, infidelity, the things that I have faced has not changed me at the core in terms of, like you said, still being a lover girl, a hopeless romantic, whatever you want to call it.
Because then they would just be, they'd be taking it away from you.
Exactly.
And you would let them win. I will never, no matter how many times I've been done dirty, I will never allow these people to take my heart away from me.
Exactly.
I will never let them have me switch up because they hurt me.
Exactly.
Absolutely
That's
not.
too much power to give them.
Right.
And you can't do that.
Right. Especially after you just gave them the power and then they did you dirty. Like, no, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to put my all into every relationship that I come across, because, like I said, like, it's just going to hurt the other people if you don't.
Right. And it's not fair for the next person for you to jump into that and not be prepared for them. You know what I mean? It's not their fault that you went through some things, you know.
Yep.
And it's not their fault that there are some other shitty people in your life. In the past. So, but that pretty much wraps up our episode today on infidelity. I think this is a topic that can continue to grow, and I can continue to elaborate in other episodes. But in this one, you know, me and her have faced a fair share of things in terms of infidelity, and it's been very unfortunate situations, but we can say that we've both grown from it and have moved past it. And I can, like, thankfully say that I've never done somebody new dirty just because somebody else did me dirty. Like, you know what I mean? Right,
I'm not going to go break hearts just because I got my heart broken.
Right. Like, there are some people that are like that. And so, if you're watching this episode and you've dealt with some of those things, heal first, you know what I mean? The next person does not deserve unresolved trauma, unresolved issues. And most importantly, don't be unfaithful.
And if you don't heal your trauma, it's going to
come back out.
It's going to come out in your relationships.
Literally.
Like, yeah.
And don't go through people's phone. If you're already doubting it, it's over.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Choose happiness. Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance really is bliss. Like, be delusional. Fuck it. Like, we're not professionals once again, so this is a purely opinion-based podcast. But I hope that you guys can resonate with some of the things that I say and some of the things that she shared with us. I'm trying to bring her on one more time before she actually moves. But in the meantime, follow us on Instagram. Say your Instagram handle again.
Beefcake Mommy with 3 eyes.
Yeah.
3 eyes.
If you want to see booty cheeks and fitness motivational shit, that's the one. And then follow me on Instagram. I am Alondra Marie _ My original account is still, I don't know where. But for now, follow me on there. And also follow Out of the Trance podcast Instagram account. It's on TikTok as well. And you can stream this anywhere that there's a podcast. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you, Katarina, for joining my podcast again.
You.
And bye.